Hey, we're here with XpoTalk today at the Event Marketing Summit 2009, and I'm here with John Grosshandler. Hey John, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
So tell everybody who you are and what you're doing these days.
Who am I? I'm John Grosshandler. I'm Director of Virtual Events for Maritz Corporation, and glad to be here.
Well, glad to have you here, and I know that not just for Maritz Corporation, but you have a little history with us as well. So
wonderful. Happy to be one of InExpo's very first customers. Exciting times to be sure, and worked with InExpo for a number of years, and now am helping Maritz, which is a leading provider of physical events, go virtual, so offering their corporate customers with all virtual opportunities, which as it turns out are based on the InExpo platform.
And that's wonderful news. We're very appreciative of that new relationship with Maritz. I think it's going to be an exciting time. So speaking of exciting times, this has been a really worthwhile event. Why don't you talk about a little bit of the buzz here and what's been going on at Event Marketing Summit?
Well, it's been an extraordinary summit. My first time here. They've had this event for 7 years. It's hosted by the folks who make Event Marketer magazine. And historically, it's been all about physical event things that corporate marketers care about. And this year, it's got a very heavy dose of virtual event agenda, and it's been great. And it's a sign of the times that virtual is here to stay.
Well, it's amazing because every time I walk, if I'm not walking left or I'm walking right, I hear somebody talking about virtual. I mean, we were in a presentation, I believe, yesterday with Cisco, and they were talking about the number of virtual users this year. Do you remember?
I do, and it's funny because that was a presentation that actually wasn't about virtual, and yet in the presentation, Kathy Sulgett said that we're all about virtual, and that if you want to invest, go invest in a virtual event company. And she talked about currently, per Gartner, I believe it was, there's 300 million people online in virtual worlds today, and that by 2017 there'll be 1 billion people in virtual worlds. So that's
very exciting. I know that when she said that, you looked over at me and we both had a smile on our face.
Yes,
so
this is good.
I think that works out
May
well.
we live to 2017.
Exactly. So look at how far it's come in the virtual world too. I mean, we were at this game for a while now, half a dozen years maybe or so, and why don't you share a little bit about what differences you're seeing, or what some of the new virtual approaches that you're seeing that's happening today?
Well, you were even before me, but I feel back in '04 when I launched Ecom Expo, it was kind of early, and it's so interesting now that we're in 2009 to see things really coming together. And I think there's a perfect storm, right, with the economy and with folks wanting to go green, with the technology so robust, and with the market ready because they're used to interacting online. It's all come together so that I think this is really a tipping point this year. And the fact that it's gone from just being really publishers having lead generation shows to corporations leveraging virtual event technologies to either replace or supplement their physical events, whether it be for lead generation or customers or partners or employees, and sky's the limit.
Well, and now we're seeing so many of the physical event producers raising their hands saying the strategy of moving towards virtual events and introducing it to our client base is so important to our future as well. So it's interesting to see this perfect storm as you're putting it all come to pass, and the embracement of where we're going to head with virtual events.
Yes. Well, my last point would be with folks like Maritz and George P and others getting in the middle between the corporation and the technology provider where appropriate, I think is going to be another reason that we see virtual events not only skyrocket in quantity, but in quality as well, so that the same types of things that a Maritz does for a corporate customer in the physical event in terms of making the events easier, more effective, and safer, when you start to bring that to the virtual world, you're going to have corporate customers much more willing to embrace this because it'll be seen as easier and safer to do. So,
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
It is exciting. I appreciate the time today, and that's your XpoTalk, your place for share-worthy updates and news and views. Thanks very much. We'll see you again soon.